Live at the Bitcoin Miami conference, hosted in part by, thanks to Dash. Here I have Fernando from Dash. The conference has been great so far. What do you think?
Oh, it's been, like every conference, it's a mix of experiences. Something's good, something's not that good. But in balance, you meet new people, you make connections, you start new projects, that's good. It's important to be in conferences.
Definitely, yeah. I know this conference has grown so much since last year, and I think this is one of the biggest conferences yet, so it's been really well, and I'm glad Dash is a part of it. And I'm thinking there's a lot of things coming up for Dash this year in 2018.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, our biggest thing this year is that we are releasing the next major version of our software that we code-name it Evolution. That's how people know about it, but in reality it's just Dash, next version.
Yep.
It will focus on usability and ease of use. Users will be able to interact with the blockchain in whole new ways because you won't need to download the blockchain, you will be able to interact with the blockchain from a light wallet, but without trusting a single server, like most light wallets now.
That's beautiful. I know there's so many issues right now with the blockchain sizes and having to have that compatibility without downloading hundreds of gigabytes of blockchain.
Absolutely. In our case, we'll be able to eliminate that need completely for the average user. So you don't need to worry about the size of the blockchain. You can grow the blocks, you can do many things because users don't need to download that. Only nodes need to run that. So because in our case we also pay nodes, then everything is good. You can have a huge blockchain and everyone will have the best of the times using that because they don't need to download the blockchain.
That's awesome. I know a lot of people are new to this conference this year. Now there's about 4,000 people, and Dash is becoming a really popular first coin for people that are just getting into cryptocurrency. And can you explain the easiest way for somebody who's getting new to crypto, like maybe they just heard about Bitcoin and they want to really easily get Dash?
Well, I'd say it depends a lot on the country because most exchanges are country dependent. So I don't have an easy answer to that. I just say go to the largest and best well-known exchange in your country and buy something. Or go to a meetup and maybe someone will sell you something and then you can start trading immediately and playing with that. It's important to just play with it, test it, use it. Don't focus on investing. Investing is just one part of the pie.
Sure. I think you really have to get invested in the time. You have to be holding the coins and be using the system, right? To be fully immersed in it.
Yeah.
So one really exciting thing that I like about Dash personally is the fact that you have the staking system in the master nodes.
Well, it's not purely staking. It's not proof of stake.
Yeah.
It's just you collateralize some coins, so you prove you have them, and then we can defend from civil attacks, which is a type of attack where someone set up nodes to act maliciously. Because it's expensive to do that, we are defended against that because it's prohibitively expensive. But it's not a staking. There is no staking in. We are completely proof of work.
That's awesome. So that helps protect the network.
Yep.
You guys have a lot more events coming up, or what's the next thing that's coming for Dash in the next month?
Yeah, our next conference I believe is MP Berlin. It's a payments conference in late February, I believe. Then we're doing Money 2020 in Singapore. Probably another conference in March. Probably another conference in Hong Kong, also in March. And then we have several others in Europe in the spring. We are working on a full calendar of events, but we're trying to be conservative with how we do that because the events take a lot of time, a lot of resources, and we also need to focus on bringing the project to the market.
For sure. So there have been a lot of controversial topics with Bitcoin and Ethereum in terms of like scaling the blockchain and having those transactions per second. I know Dash has said it a little bit differently, but do you guys foresee problems with the growth of the Dash blockchain?
In fact, that one is our main advantage. We can scale like no coin can because we pay the nodes. And because we pay the nodes, as I said before, users won't require to download the blockchain. We can do many things with the blockchain that no one can. And that means that we have already plans in motion to get to thousands of transactions per second with blocks up to 400 megabytes every 2.5 minutes. That's something no other coin can offer at the moment. So we will have cheap transactions for the time being. It's not like some coins have cheap transactions because the blockchain is empty. In our case, we have cheap transactions because we will always have it empty. It's a different thing.
That's super awesome. Well, thank you for your time and all the best of luck to Dash in 2018. And it was great talking to you, Fernando.
My pleasure. Thank you.